Okay, so my video that I posted on YouTube is talking about like things being legal and illegal. And so this is YouTube, and YouTube should definitely be illegal. Um, it definitely should be illegal. YouTube. Um, so I'm working on continuity of trigonometric functions, and I am stressing out quite naturally because communication between people is very, very, very difficult. It's very, very, very challenging. Like communication, language, it's very, very complicated. I went on YouTube and I was immediately attacked. Um, immediately attacked by things that I look at or things that I would be interested in. So it's a malicious program. It's a violent program that should be illegal. So I saw several things that were immediately very harmful and took away from the work that I already created and put in. So my last videos were talking about how Twitter should be illegal, OnlyFans should be illegal, but YouTube should definitely be illegal. So when it comes to policing the internet, YouTube should be banned. It should be totally banned. Twitter should be banned. OnlyFans should be banned. I would shut it all down. It would be no more. It would be over. So communicating language is very, very difficult. This coursework is very, very complicated. It's complicated. It's very, very complicated. And communicating is so integral and so very important. And communicating and responding is very, very challenging. So I had a discussion, very brief discussion, that's been developing over 3 weeks since the class started. So it's not easy to immediately communicate with someone or to express a concept very easily. So what this malicious program YouTube is doing is it's not necessarily benefiting the individual that's using it. More than anything, it's just kind of keeping it in this kind of like returning circle of nothing. And so my mind's immediately like disturbed by the things that I'm seeing on this surface. So they like to hide behind it and call it business. They like to call it advertisements. That's what they're calling it. They're calling it advertisements. Advertising. We have to pay our bills. So this is how we pay our bills. We advertise to you the things that we think are appropriate for you to see. Which it is so far from the truth. It's not about paying bills. It's not about money. It's about mind control. Uh, it's about keeping people doing and having a good idea of what people do and maintaining what they do. So it's not a surprise, or just it comes as a surprise, you know, what they're doing, or what they're believing, or what they're succumbing to. And so I wanted to click on my video and see if it would start it, go straight to the video, or would there be a commercial. And there was no commercial. It immediately started. I listened to a few seconds and I was like, yes, that's what I need to do. I need to do another video. And so the video is pertaining to the malicious program that is this YouTube. Based off of it's not really based off of what I've done online. It's more or less based off of what I've done offline. So that in itself would be a lawsuit. You know, that in itself would be a lawsuit against YouTube. Because how they're basing what I see isn't necessarily coming from what I'm doing online. It's coming from things I'm doing offline. So how do they have access to what I'm doing offline? So it is a lawsuit. It's a lawsuit. It's a class action suit against YouTube. But I personally believe that YouTube should be taken down. There should be no more YouTube. There should be no more Twitter. There should be no more OnlyFans. Hell, all of them need to be destroyed. There needs to just be the World Wide Web, where you type in the fucking HTTP. That's it. The apps and the programs, all of that, it just needs to stop. It needs to end. It needs to be over. Over. Done. So that's what I'm finding to be so incredibly difficult, is that I'm focusing on the language. I'm trying to focus on the language. Within itself, it's a language. And then trying to interpret that language. But then even having the ability to express the help that I may need pertaining to the development of this language. It's so... I'm really trying to... And I just got a phone call from Milwaukee Eye Care at 414-369-8716. So what is happening is that there are people that are spying, and which that material is offline. It's not online. Like this video that I'm doing right now is not online. This video is being recorded on a private laptop. So this hasn't been posted to the World Wide Web on a public platform so that people could see it. So I get a call from Milwaukee Eye Care 2 minutes ago and a voicemail that's pertaining to something that has nothing to do with what I'm doing with this course. So what I'm doing right now with this course is trying to prepare for an exam that's happening on Friday. But there's someone that is teaching me this course. So there is a person that is involved in this course. And so communicating with that person who's teaching the course is really, really important, because that person is the one that is sharing the material with us, the students, and I'm one of those students. And so, for my understanding, and for the teacher's understanding, and where I'm coming from, and the background and history where I'm coming from, it really depends on so many things that are involved in this form of communication. So even now, coming here in this public space and being followed by people that are students here, and then these people that are next to me that are having this really obnoxious, loud conversation, like this is the concert hall or something. So, a form and a way of interrupting my train of thought. On that note, yesterday was an incredibly terrible day. Yesterday was an incredibly horrendous, tragic day. People are like following me, like literally, and it's very, very disturbing. It's very disturbing being followed. So, being followed on the physical world, and then having that physical situation affect my virtual situation. It's bringing me back to. It's bringing me back to what I'm saying. So, the point of this was to say that advertisements, marketing, what they're calling it advertisement, they're calling it marketing, but it's illegal activity. It's illegal activity because it's violating the human rights of individuals that are private citizens, individuals that are guaranteed by law to be protected. And the things that make the advertising and marketing illegal is that it's doing things that are harmful, things that are not beneficial to the happiness and the pursuit of happiness and the ability to perform and live in a way that could be prosperous. So the marketing and the advertising done on the internet is illegal. It is illegal and it violates human rights. More than anything, I'd say it's very, very violent. So much so that it has destroyed the fabric of people's beliefs, concepts, ideologies. So, having this course and having these tools, which goes into the thing that I shared yesterday, and that was the letter or the post that concerned the material and application that's used to allow students, staff, faculty, whoever, to have access to a network. And that network has tools that are used to protect the students from the material that they wish to browse and gain access to over this network. And so this was very, very important for me to what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to explain the very troubling nature about this entire application, this entire procedure. And so going on YouTube and seeing what videos existed there took me to um, the concept that was shared with me when linking up to YouTube channels and YouTube videos, etc. I wanted to go on Disgusting. I wanted to go on the platform and see what things came up when I typed in the continuity of trigonometric functions. I wanted to see what would come up. And I saw the things that did come up. And it's very troubling and very, very worrisome. So even the process of writing this language and trying to understand what is being communicated in this language is very, very complicated and very, very difficult. And so going on YouTube for those very few seconds, seeing those things in very few seconds was so infuriating. It was so infuriating and so disgusting and so appalling. Very, very disgusting. Very, very appalling. And the reason it's so appalling and so disgusting is because it's so incorrect. So we're talking about advertising and marketing on the internet and why the marketing and advertising on the internet is wrong, vile, and evil, and why it should be destroyed. It should be completely and totally eradicated. It should be wiped out. It should be completely obliterated. It is, and so you can't blow it up. You can't blow it up with a weapon. You can't take it out with a sniper. You can't beat it up. You can't punch it. You can't hit it over the head with a bat. You can't poison it. And so, what can you do? How do you deal with something that isn't physical? How do you handle a ghost? So, the means of traveling, the means of using technology to get from one place to the next is something that's very, very important. So, you can travel physically from one place to the next. In this day and age, you can travel with the internet source, with the internet or something, so you can travel abroad, travel the world. So, how do you combat invisible individuals? The best way to do that is to travel, is to go on a world tour. See if I can block out this fucking piece of shit. Alright. So how do you combat something that you want to destroy, but you can't physically destroy? So what these creatures are doing is they're living in other individuals. So going back to yesterday. Yesterday was an incredibly terrible day. It was an incredibly horrific, frightening day. And it was horrific. It was horrific because of the various individuals that I encountered yesterday. Um, so it was truly, truly a horrendous day. Um, and so getting past that and trying to clear my mind from all of that is what I was doing today. And I was able to clear my mind enough, and I was able to dig up 2 songs, and that was I'd Really Love to See You Tonight and Oh Pretty Woman. So we'll go back to the marketing and advertising and what has happened with this realm of marketing and selling concepts and ideas to people that are using services online. I don't really know when I heard the John Hardy Heartache on the Dance Floor. I don't really remember when I heard that the last time. I don't know where I heard it. I just know I heard it before, and I wanted to hear it again, and I wanted to know the name of the artist and the name of the song, and so I did. Then there was the Oprah bank account song. I don't know where I heard that before, but I was like, I want to fucking hear this video, see this video, and hear the song. The problem that I was having over this day is I couldn't get that fucking song out of my head. I couldn't get the Oprah song out of my head. Finally today I was able to get it out. And that was, I was able to get the I'd Really Love to See You Tonight and Oh Pretty Woman. So, and I can't help who I meet. I can't help who I run into. Unfortunately, as much as I'd like to control it, I can't. I can't help who I run into. I can't help who's following me. Those things are out of my control. The thing that I am trying to control is how I'm responding to it. And I think that's the one thing that I really, really want to work on, is how I respond to it. Now when it comes to this coursework, it comes to trying to find help and get help. I really didn't expect much when I typed in, the stuff on YouTube. And I didn't expect to be bombarded. I didn't expect to be bombarded by a range of so much unsettling, disturbing material. But like I said, YouTube should be eradicated. Twitter should be eradicated. OnlyFans should be eradicated. No more. They should not exist anymore. How do you destroy something that is not physical? How do you obliterate something that you can't touch? That is the thing. That is the issue, and that is the concern. How do you physically destroy someone that is not a physical being? That is a fixture, and that's a parasite, and that lives. And I'm seeing it more than ever. That's why yesterday was so disturbing. This is not like Rhode Island or New York, New York. No, literally, people are parasites and they're living off of these people. And yesterday was so incredibly disturbing. It was so very disturbing. Looking at the phone calls that I was making, the language that was spoken, it's so incredibly disturbing. Um, so there's a bunch of weirdos here. There's so many weirdos here. It's true. It's very true. Um, so it's very very disturbing. Yesterday was a very very disturbing day. Totally disturbing. Um, the ideas that people carry, the beliefs that people have, and I think like when it comes to me as an individual, I don't really know what people see or what their beliefs are. Um, but then we go back to the calculus teacher. My thing is like, girlfriend, I'm trying to take this course. I'm trying to do the best that I can. Yes, there's a lot of extra shit attached on, but how can we just like get past all that really nonsensical bullshit? And I really just, even with Bill Gates, I was like, let me just like, because people are all up in the business. People are all up in the business violating people's rights. So I was like, let me just send this to the calculus professor so she can know just how absurd Twitter is, how absurd it is. It's so stupid. It's a violation of people's rights. So with Alessia Chona, it's like, girlfriend, I'm in this class, you're the teacher, I'm the student. You know, please, how can we communicate, you know? And so, um, it's a work in progress. But then having that communication, I was like, help, let me go on YouTube and see what I can find there. Um, but there's a lot of weirdos on this campus, for sure. A lot of weird people. Totally weird. It's totally weird. Totally. So, um, it was a very disturbing day yesterday. So disturbing. The phone calls, the emails, you know, going to the smoke shop, Robbie's there. Um, it's so disturbing. Like, it was a very disturbing day. You know, Barbara Julian. It's just totally disturbing. Yes, very much so. Um, and talking about parasites, he just had his grand entrance. So talking about parasites, I think people have got to have their grand entrance, you know. Girlfriend, they've got to have their grand entrance. So talking about parasites, it's just really startling. It's very very scary. It's so scary. Um, it's so scary. I'm so tired of the glasses contacts thing. I'm just really tired of it. Um, it's so desperate. It's so desperate. Um, it's very very desperate, and it's so disturbing. The whole situation's disturbing. Yesterday was a terrible day. You had that man. It's the emails and the phone calls. It's it it's so it's this is a very disturbing place. It was very very. Yesterday was a terrible I could say probably say yesterday was probably like the worst day in a very, very long time. And so it's so sad that that has to be the case when I put in so much effort yesterday with this homework. Further ex- further toying with an idea and a concept of this coursework and what it means to me as a person that's trying to interpret the material. Um, Yesterday was a horrible, horrible, horrible day. Completely, totally horrible. Totally, totally bad. Um, and so it's very tragic. It's very, very, very tragic. Truly very tragic.